Sorry for inconvenience due to some technical problem. Hello everyone, namaste. First, I would like to welcome you all the session. Very interesting session, Dhangarhi Declaration into Action. I am Govindraj Joshi, Executive Director of PRUDES, one of the TOSA partner at Mahakali Basin. The expected objective of this session is to understand about Dhangarhi Declaration into Action, and achievement from Nepal's perspective, and also to understand how the local government plan for continuation to take action for transboundary communities and water governance. Dhangarhi Declaration was made at the provincial level, actively participated by the local governments, including non-governmental and private sector engaged in this area. The declaration has guided the provincial and local governments to plan and implement actions on transboundary water governance issues like livelihood support, income generation, irrigation, water lift irrigation, mining guidelines. Some technical problem, we could not able to chair Mr. Dr. Ranbahadur Rawal. Now I would like to request Dr. K.K. Shrestha to chair this session. Dr. Krishna Kumar Shrestha brings in 37 years of work experience in the government of Nepal, leading organizations, national and international projects, problems at the field levels to various senior positions of the ministries at this center. He was an international expert working as the project coordinator at ICIMOD, and has led the climate change, agriculture, and food security project of CGIAR. As regional team leader of South Asia, Dr. Shrestha was also the senior advisor to Afghanistan government from ADB. As an agricultural specialist, he has many national and international awards, prizes, and recognitions, books and publications to his credit. Dr. Shrestha is engaged in TOSA since its designing and has played key role for its smooth implementation. First off, I would like to share this session to Dr. Krishna Kumar Shrestha, and I would like to hear Dr. Krishna Kumar Shrestha. Please turn on your video, and also request to post-declaration process. Over to you, Mr. K. Shrestha.
Thank you, Govindji. First of all, so sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we got late because of some technical issues, mainly internet problem. I'm glad once again to be with you, sharing on this Dhangarhi Declaration process, key questions and issues, and way forward after the Dhangarhi Declaration, because the question is, what next? So, distinguished delegates, participants, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience and still connecting with us. As you know, the Dhangarhi Declaration was done almost 5 years back, and that time the issues were different, and based on those issues, declarations were made. And those first generation issues were rightly resolved by all the dignitaries, stakeholders, and mainly the local governments who were empowered, legally had all the authorities to run it. Now, at the end of the project, the question remains of sustainability and the way forward. So I'd like to take you all back in time, just touching upon those 6 points of Dhangarhi declarations, what they were, what were achieved, not achieved, and what would be the way forward, therefore, at this point of time. Ladies and gentlemen, if you remember, the first Dhangari Declaration talks about addressing transboundary water issues to improve livelihood of the vulnerable communities of the basin areas through policies and programs. So this was to be done through policies and programs to address, to bring in a livelihood improvement. I'm glad to share that on this declaration point number 1, we have made a lot of achievements. The local governments have been fully supporting this, been able to contribute through funds and their times and supports to see how it can best be done given the situations and the resources that we all had. On livelihood, I'd like to say that Oxfam funds available. So we had to, TROSA here in Nepal had to rely upon the funds, local funds of the local governments. And we were doing all the bottom-up planning with them all the time, and they were always giving money for it. Almost it totals up to almost 2 crores. That's 20 million rupees. That's a big sum of money over 4 years from our point of view. So the issues of many issues on water qualities and livelihoods have been addressed, but indeed you can always do more. I like to say that for the second generation issues, communities, NGOs, and governments, and private sectors, and donors, they have to, continue the support on top of these declarations to continue to complete those commitments from sustainable point of view. While we can also upscale and replicate the good ideas, the innovative achievements made. So I think second generation issues are a little bit different now than that during the declaration. So the way forward would be to see that to carry forward these things through the support of communities and NGOs that are there and the private sector, and they are very much there, very much supportive, and we should take benefit from this strength, I think. But nevertheless, in the way forward, I can say in TROSA 2, long term, we can build on these strengths, making a new declaration, new roadmap in the present context for such opportunities and the achievements that we have in place now. But a quick action would be in the next 6 months would be to hand it over. If we don't know about the surety of the TROSA 2, we must hand it over to the local governments, because they had signed it. They had said, we commit to do it. So this is entirely their commitment after all. So we need to hand it over, explain them what was done, not done, and then what they should do now on, and hand it over to them now, immediately, within 6 months. And if they are not elected again, then the new election, because the new election is coming, and they will have to hand that over to the new elected body. So this management has to be done by TROSA immediately. And this handover is our exit plan. It was long planned, long back, and many things are being worked out at the moment. And this is not only handover to the government, to local government, this is a handover to the partners as well, because there are certain functions that partners need to know, like communities, NGOs, and the private sector, who also had committed during that time. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the key question at the moment that we have to handle very sensitive issues, very carefully. We have to handle with care. And we are sure we can do that for all the declarations. Quickly going over the second declaration, I would say that in this case, this talks about setting up and implementing the institutional policies. Set up institutional policy, and this second declaration, ladies and gentlemen, was not done. This asks about setting up and implementing institutional policies through research on appropriate utilization of river resources, including bioconservation, biodiversity, river basin, and river basin rights for the community-centric sustainable programs. Now, these are the areas that was also mentioned by the steering committee of Oxfam. But then we didn't have money for it, and local government could not prioritize these areas because they had more pressing needs elsewhere. So I like to say that this was not done, and although the community interest is there, NGOs are very active. We have university at the government level and many colleges around in the private sector who could be a partner to the process. So donors have a very important role to look into it in the near future. These are the areas in our way forward. We say we will be building upon in the new context like this. So in the next 6 months, we cannot do much about it. We just hand it over to the local stakeholders, governments and the partners and everybody, requesting them to continue here on. On the Dhangari Declaration number 3, it said to collectively, it wanted to play effective role to cooperate with local governments for better water governance. That's number 1 point. And number 2 was for the overall development of the vulnerable communities of the basin areas. So on this count, we have seen that we have achieved very nicely fully utilizing the resources available, and people have also very much appreciated the functioning and the working on this. They have fully cooperated from the very beginning. The communities, the women, the youths, the women empowerment centers, the private sectors, everybody were, just like in case of declaration number 1, very actively doing it. So we are very happy on this account, but we do the same thing again in the next 6 months to hand over very sadly to the local government if phase 2 is not coming, and if we have new opportunities to continue working on it, then indeed, like I said before, there is an opportunity to even do better on many counts. So this is again calling upon the support from our side, mainly donor. And I guess we all understand that at this moment of time. The 4th declaration was to work with CSOs, NGOs, and other stakeholders to empower and ensure their water right. On this also, I think we have done, UTROSA has done quite a good job. Communities have understood and now are carrying forward themselves many activities that are very closely related to their lives, like quality of life related to water quality that they were drinking for the centuries from Mahakali River, so polluted, no good to drink, and that they have established themselves in all the areas. So I think this now they have started getting funds from the local government for the better option for drinking water. And this is also giving good message to other communities of India, that side of the river. So I think we can build on the second generation issues on these areas, collaborating further, not only with the basin communities of Nepal, but with the India side also. There are possibilities of working together on many areas. But again, on the way forward, immediately, we have the same exit plan within 6 months, like before, handing over to the local government and the stakeholders who had committed earlier to do it themselves. They had said, we commit to do it, so let them continue if we don't have resources. But if we do have UTROSA 2, we will not only upscale, replicate those achievements and innovative ideas, but also, start new areas like land water rights and VGGT that Oxfam Steering Committee has vision on these areas that we didn't touch upon because we didn't have fund, although we knew these are very important areas and we had some quite a good knowledge on how to do about it, but then funds are always scarce. So we look to bring in new ideas in the second phase. Ladies and gentlemen, on Dhangarhi Declaration number 5 was a little tricky. This was to set up a federal and provincial level expert commission. This was more like related to a political commitment between India and Nepal. As it relates to the India and Nepal, understanding on working on Mahakali River. We couldn't do much about it, although from the local government and the provincial government, we had processed the activities and the request to do so to the central government. But that time, the political scenario was something different, and we couldn't do much on this ground. But just a month back, the new government is in place. A new political scenario is developing, and I think we can do better on this count also. So we'll see how it goes, but the opportunities are there with governments and non-governments, but all level of governments have to take it up once again. That we'll be explaining to them when we hand over as per our exit policy to the local governments and stakeholders. We'll explain them. But if we have the resource again, like we keep repeating in TROSA 2 or any other donor support, we'll be happy, more than happy to see what other things can be done. New ideas and new opportunities will be taken upon. The last declaration, the sixth one, was to urge the government to set up a Trans-Boundary Mahakali River Commission as provisioned in Mahakali Treaty. The objective was to conserve, utilize, and develop river resources. Now the objective is very good and very clear. We all agree to that. But then setting up this Mahakali River Commission again was not done that time because of the same political scenario. But like we say now, opportunities are there. We could try it out this time. Otherwise, we'll hand over to the local government, and they will continue to see how they can, work upon this declaration. This also foresees extra support from our side for a few years on these grounds, because conserving and utilizing river resources is again a long-term process, takes a lot of time. So it is a long-term commitment again. But we can bring in our partners, international partners like WWF and other friends, if they have the resources, see how we can go about it. With this, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you all for your kind attention, and would like to appreciate ideas, new ideas, and new recommendations from the 4 mayors that are now continuing after my presentation here. I hope you all will, our respectable mayor will shed further lights on it. With that, I thank you all. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Dr. Shrestha. For highlighting 6-point Dhankari Declaration, way forward key question and issues. We would also like to request for your feedback and queries in the chat box. The speakers will try to reply you considering the time, or they will reply in your respective email. Stay with us. We have very interesting remarks from local governments. Now we would like to request Mr. Surendra Bista to share key remarks on progress of Dhankari Declaration into action and way forward for sustainability approach. Mr. Surendra Bista is the mayor of Bhimratna Municipality, Kanchanpur. Bhimratna Municipality is one of the signatories for the 6-point declaration. Mr. Bista is regularly supporting the overall development by addressing the need and issues of the riverine communities. The development of Mahakali River Basin communities is always a priority for him. In his leadership, municipality has allocated a budget for livelihood enhancement, irrigation, infrastructure development, and rafting in the Mahakali River. For the sustainable use of river resources, the municipality has initiated sand and gravel mining and fishery guidelines. Over to you, Mr. Bista.
यहाँ सबैलाई नमस्कार। अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय युवा सम्मेलन अन्तर्देशीय पानी सुशासन दिगो विकास लक्ष्यमा युवाहरूले गरेका पहलका सन्दर्भमा आज केही विषयहरूका सन्दर्भमा यहाँसँग मैले कुराकानी राख्दैछु। खास गरी धनगढी घोषणा पत्रका आधारमा मुख्य पहलहरू भिन्द नगरपालिकाले के गर्यो त भन्ने सन्दर्भमा हामीले पहिलो कुरा निर्देशिका तथा कार्यविधि निर्माण गर्ने कुरा हामी अगाडि बढ्यौं। जस्तै नदीजन्य ढुङ्गा गिटी पालुवा संकलन उत्खनन ओसार पसार र बिक्री वितरण तथा राजस्व बाँडफाँड सम्बन्धी निर्देशिका 2075, त्यसैगरी जलचर एवं जैविक विविधता संरक्षण प्रबन्धन तथा उपयोग सम्बन्धी निर्देशिका 2076, त्योसँग सरोकार राख्ने अरु पनि थुप्रै कानुनहरू निर्माण भएको सन्दर्भ छ। जसरी हामीले वन ऐन बनाउने कुराको सन्दर्भ कुरा होला या वातावरण ऐन बनाउने कुराको सन्दर्भ कुरा हो। त्यसरी हामी कानुनी व्यवस्थालाई व्यवस्थित र सुदृढीकरण गरेर संस्थागतकरण गर्ने कुरा चाहिँ अगाडि बढेको सन्दर्भ छ। दोस्रो कुरा हामी सहकार्य र साझेदारीमा विश्वास गर्छौं। हामी सबैसँग सहकार्य र साझेदारीबाट समृद्धि हुन्छ भन्छौं। त्यही अन्तर्गत हामी पब्लिक प्राइभेट पार्टनरशिपको कुरालाई बढी जोड दिन्छौं र विकासका साझेदारसँग हामी साझेदारी गर्छौं। त्यस अर्थमा हामीले सहकारीहरुसँग पनि साझेदारी गर्छौं र निजी क्षेत्रसँग पनि साझेदारी गर्छौं र निजी क्षेत्रसँग साझेदारी गर्ने सवालमा हामीले महाकाली नदीको बहुउपयोग कसरी गर्न सकिन्छ र जनताको जीवनसँग आय आर्जन गर्ने कुराका लागि कसरी जोड्न सकिन्छ, त्यसमा विशेषतः महाकाली नदीमा र्याफ्टिङलाई व्यावसायीकरण गरेर त्यसमा हामीले पर्यटकहरूलाई आन्तरिक या बाह्य पर्यटकलाई पनि ल्याउन सक्छौं र यसले आन्तरिक आय स्रोत वृद्धि गर्न सकिन्छ र प्रत्येकलाई रोजगारी सिर्जना गर्न सकिन्छ भन्ने आधारमा हामीले र्याफ्टिङ सञ्चालन गर्नका निम्ति निजी क्षेत्रलाई त्यसमा सहकारीका निम्ति आग्रह गरिरहेको छौं र आह्वान गरिरहेको सन्दर्भ छ। यो सँगसँगै हामीले खास गरी नदी तटीय समुदायको समग्र विकासका लागि बजेट विनियोजित गर्ने कुरा छ। जसरी हामी 6 करोड जति हामीले बजेट विनियोजित गरेका छौं र अरु क्षेत्रसँग जोड्ने भने त्यो भन्दा पनि बढी आउँछ। र खास गरी हामीले त्यसमा पूर्वाधारको कुरालाई बढी जोड दियौं। पहिला बाटोको कुरा छ, बाटो सँगसँगै त्यहाँ चाहिँ विद्युतीकरण गर्ने विद्युत पुर्याउने कुरा, दोस्रो टेलिफोन टावर बनाएर त्यहाँ टेलिफोन सेवा दिने कुरा या स्वास्थ्यको सन्दर्भको कुरा होला या त्यहाँ रहेका कतिपय पूर्वाधार गर्ने कुरा का निम्ति हामीले बजेटलाई विनियोजित गर्ने, त्यहाँको तटबन्ध निर्माणको कुराको सन्दर्भ विषय होला। त्यसरी बजेट व्यवस्थापन गरेर पूर्वाधारको विकासलाई पनि हामीले अगाडि बढेको सन्दर्भ छ भने र भारत र नेपालमा सीमा नदीका रूपमा रहेको महाकाली नदीमा हामीले र्याफ्टिङ सञ्चालन गर्नका निम्ति भारत र नेपालका र्याफ्टिङ कम्पनीहरूका बीचको समन्वय गरेर महाकाली नदीमा कसरी हामीले र्याफ्टिङ सञ्चालन गर्न सकिन्छ भने सफल रूपमा परीक्षण सम्पन्न गरेको सन्दर्भ छ। त्यसको सम्भावना हामीले देखाएका छौं र भौतिक विकासको मैले अघि पनि भने कालो पत्ते सडकको सन्दर्भमा बाटो विस्तारको, टेलिफोन टावर निर्माण, ट्युबवेल अनुदानदेखि लिएर विद्युत विस्तार लगायतका विषय र कालो पत्रिका निम्ति हामीले योजना अगाडि सार्दै छौं। अरु काम सम्पन्न भएको सन्दर्भ छ भने जीविकार्जन तालिम सम्बन्धीका निम्ति 10 जना भन्दा बढी युवाहरूलाई खास गरी हामीले सुर्खेतमा तालिम दिएका छौं। र्याफ्टिङको सन्दर्भमा 10 जना भन्दा पनि बढी अरु युवाहरूलाई खास गरी आत्मनिर्भर बनाउन कसरी सकिन्छ भनेर त्यहाँ विभिन्न किसिमका तालिमहरू, क्षमता अभिवृद्धिका कार्यक्रमहरू गरेको सन्दर्भ छ। कतिपय अनुदान हामीले वितरण गरेको सन्दर्भका कुराहरू मैले यहाँलाई आग्रह गरे र खास गरी तटीय क्षेत्रको फोहोर मैला कसरी व्यवस्थापन हुन्छ त, हामी नदीलाई स्वस्थ राख्ने, सफा राख्ने, सुन्दर राख्ने भन्ने कुराको सन्दर्भ। त्यसकारण फोहोरलाई कम्ती खोला नालामा या नदीमा त्यसरी जथाभावी फाल्ने कुरा हुनु हुँदैन। त्यसका निम्ति हामी समूहलाई परिचालित गरिरहेको सन्दर्भ छ, समुदायलाई परिचालित गरेको सन्दर्भ छ र अन्तर्जिल्लाका बीचमा पनि हामीले समन्वय गर्ने कुरामा गइरहेका छौं। हामी केवल निजी क्षेत्र सहकारीसँग मात्र होइन कि विभिन्न पालिकाहरूसँग सम्बन्ध गरेर अगाडि बढ्ने छौं। त्यसमा हामीले महाकालीको बहुउपयोगका सन्दर्भमा जो र्याफ्टिङ सञ्चालन गर्नका निम्ति परशुराम नगरपालिका र भिन्द नगरपालिकाको साझेदारी भएको छ। त्यति मात्र होइन, सीमा नदी भएको हुनाले भारततर्फका व्यवसायहरू र भारततर्फका तटीय क्षेत्रका जनता र नेपालका जनताहरूका बीचमा भिन्द नगरपालिका नगरवासीहरूका बीचमा अन्तर सम्बन्ध गरेर हामीले अगाडि बढ्ने कुराहरूमा हामी अगाडि बढेको सन्दर्भ यहाँलाई जानकारी गराउन चाहन्छु। र खास गरी हामीले महाकालीलाई अपनत्व सिर्जना गर्नुपर्ने जरुरी छ। महाकाली नदीमा अपनत्व सिर्जना गर्न, महाकाली हाम्रो हो, हामीले बचाउनु पर्छ भनेर हिसाबले कुराहरू अगाडि बढाउँदैछौँ भने त्यसका निम्ति विशिष्ट सरोकारवालाहरूको बीचमा हामीले 2021 देखि भीमगञ्ज नगरपालिकाले महाकाली संवादको कार्यक्रम आफै यसको सुरुवात गर्दैछ। यसमा सबैको साझेदारी हुनु जरुरी छ। यसका निम्ति सबैबाट सहयोग गर्ने प्रतिबद्धता पनि व्यक्त गरिएको सन्दर्भ छ। आगामी दिनमा हामी के गर्छौँ भन्ने सन्दर्भमा कुरा गर्दाखेरि महाकाली नदीको महाकाली नदीलाई प्रदूषण रहित बनाउन फोहोर मैला व्यवस्थापन गर्छौँ र फोहोर मैला व्यवस्थापन गर्न विभिन्न क्रियाकलापहरू जति छ त्यसलाई थप व्यवस्थित र प्रभावकारी रूपले कार्यान्वयन गर्छौँ। द्विपक्षीय छलफल गर्छौँ र संवादलाई निरन्तरता दिन्छौँ। तटीय समुदायको जीवाकर्षणका निम्ति सांस्कृतिक र पर्यटनका हिसाबले कसरी त्यसलाई विकास गर्ने सवालमा आवश्यक पर्ने पूर्वाधारहरू, त्यसको वातावरणका निम्ति होमस्टे लगायत र्याफ्टिङको परिवर्तन गर्ने कुरा हुन्छ र र्याफ्टिङ र अन्य पर्यटन विकासलाई निरन्तरता दिँदै भौतिक पूर्वाधारमा हामी जोड दिन्छौँ र यो जोड दिने क्रममा सबैको हामीलाई सहयोग र साझेदारी आवश्यक छ। ती सहयोग र साझेदारीहरूमध्ये महत्त्वपूर्ण ढङ्गले जसरी बिचमा पनि हामीसँग सहकार्य गर्दै आएको सन्दर्भ छ। यी सबै योजनाहरूलाई अगाडि बढाउनका निम्ति सबैको योगदान उत्तिकै आवश्यक छ भने त्यसमा पनि विशेष त हामी आगामी दिनमा यो कार्यक्रमहरूलाई निरन्तरता बढाउनका निम्ति टोसा जस्ता परियोजनाहरू पनि भीमगञ्ज नगरपालिकालाई आवश्यक छन्। म यति आग्रह गर्न चाहन्छु। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Mr. Vishnu, for highlighting about the budget allocation, integration of rafting, ownership of Mahakali Sambar, need and commitment in continued support to TOSA project in future. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Bhim Bahadur Sahu to share about the progress and way forward of Dhangarhi declaration.
आज यस अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय पानी सुशासन र दिगो विकास लक्ष्यमा युवाहरूको भूमिका विषयक अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय यस सम्मेलनमा सहभागी विभिन्न अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय सङ्घ संस्था अक्सफामसँग आबद्ध नेपाल, भारत, म्यानमार र बङ्गलादेशका प्रतिनिधिहरू, ढुकढुक लगायत टोसा कार्यक्रमसँग जोडिएका महाकाली बेसिन अन्तर्गतका सम्पूर्ण प्रतिनिधि एवं सहभागीजीहरूमा का साथै यस कार्यक्रमका विभिन्न माध्यमबाट जोडिएका सहभागीजीहरूमा मेरो नमस्कार। म भीमबहादुर साउन, नगर प्रमुख, परशुराम नगरपालिका, डडेलधुरा, नेपाल। यस अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय सीमा नदीहरूको सामुदायिक सद्भाव टोसा परियोजना अन्तर्गत हामी महाकाली बेसिन क्षेत्रमा रहेका स्थानीय र परियोजना बीच बेसिन क्षेत्रमा समन्वयात्मक ढङ्गबाट कार्यक्रम सञ्चालन गर्न धनगढी घोषणापत्र जारी गरिएको थियो। र यस सोही जारी घोषणा पत्र अन्तर्गत रही केही बोल्ने अवसर प्रदान गर्नुभएकोमा म आयोजकप्रति हार्दिक आभार व्यक्त गर्न चाहन्छु। हामीले नदी एवं नदीजन्य स्रोतहरूको भरपूर प्रयोग गरी तटीय क्षेत्रका समुदायहरूको आयस्तर वृद्धि गरी जीवनस्तरमा सुधार ल्याउनका साथै आगामी दिनमा नदी तटीय क्षेत्रका समुदाय एवं व्यक्तिहरू लाभग्राही हुने खालका विभिन्न कार्यक्रमको सुरुवात गरेका छौँ, जस अन्तर्गत परशुराम नगरपालिका र टोसा कार्यक्रम संघको समन्वयमा हामी नगरपालिकाको नदीजन्य पदार्थ उत्खनन, ओसार पसार योजना, पानीको शुद्धतासँग जोडिएको सरसफाई योजना निर्माण गरेका छौँ। यसका साथै महाकाली नदीमा नेपाल, भारत एवं निजी क्षेत्रलाई जोडी पहिलोपटक जलयात्रा प्रबन्धन गर्ने कार्यक्रम क्रियाकलाप सञ्चालन गरेका थियौँ, जसले गर्दा नदी तटीय क्षेत्रको जीविकोपार्जन प्रवर्धनमा सहयोग हुने कुरा देखिन्छ। यसका साथै हामीले यस कार्यक्रमलाई निरन्तरता दिन भीमतत्व नगरपालिकासँग साझेदारी समेत गरेर अगाडि बढेका छौँ। यसै गरी नदी तटीय क्षेत्र भौतिक पूर्वाधार निर्माणमा कार्यहरू अन्तर्गत महाकाली नदीको पानीको लिफ्टिङ योजना पहिलो पटक सम्पन्न गर्यौं, जसको सिकाइ अन्य जिल्लाहरूले पनि गरिरहेका छन्। यस्तै नदी तटबन्धन सीमा क्षेत्रका समुदायहरूमा एक घर एक धाराको योजना अनुसार स्वच्छ खानेपानी पुर्याउने प्रक्रियामा छौँ। डिप वाटर बोरिङ स्थापना सीमा क्षेत्रहरूका समुदायमा अन्तर्गत परिगमा 2वटा सिँचाइ योजनाहरू थप व्यवस्थित बनाउनमा करिब 50 लाख बजेट विनियोग गराई तटीय क्षेत्रमा सिँचाइ सुविधा पुर्याउनका साथै डम्पिङ साइटहरू व्यवस्थित गर्ने कार्य गरेका छौँ। महिला सशक्तिकरण तथा युवाहरूका क्षेत्रमा नदी तटीय समुदायहरूलाई प्राथमिकतामा नगरपालिकाका शाखाहरू मार्फत बिउ बिचादी सहयोग लक्षित समूह क्षमता अभिवृद्धि कार्यक्रमहरू सरसफाई वृक्षारोपण नदी किनार संरक्षण आदि अभियान सञ्चालन युवा लक्षित कार्यक्रम सञ्चालन हिंसा पीडित एवं प्रभावितका लागि कार्यक्रमका साथै महिला सशक्तिकरण कार्य निर्देशका अनुरूप रही विभिन्न सहयोग कार्यक्रम सञ्चालन गरेका छौँ। स्वच्छ एवं स्वस्थ पानीको लागि विभिन्न नदी सरसफाई अभियान घाट व्यवस्थीकरण सरसफाई योजना निर्माण नदी स्रोत परिचालन निर्देशिका विपद व्यवस्थापन योजना आदिमा बजेट विनियोजन र अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय पूर्व सूचना प्रणाली संयन्त्रमा नेपाल सरकार अन्तर्गतका रोड रिडरहरू जोड्ने कार्यको प्रारम्भ सुरु गरेका छौँ। यसका अलावा हाम्रा आगामी योजनाहरूमा आलिताल गाउँपालिकासँग समन्वय गरी रुङुन नदीको पूर्व सूचना प्रणाली महाकाली नदीको नेपाल भारत पूर्व सूचना प्रणालीलाई व्यवस्थित गर्ने जसले लाखौं जनधनको क्षति गर्न सफल रहन्छ। यसै गरी पानीको शुद्धता परीक्षण गर्ने कार्य महिला सशक्तिकरण गतिविधिहरू एवं बैठक भवनहरूमा सहयोग युवा लक्षित गतिविधिहरू सञ्चालन जलयात्रा प्रबन्धनलाई निरन्तरता होमस्टे कार्यक्रमका पर्यटक प्रवर्धन योजनाहरू र नेपाल भारत समन्वय गरी परशुराम नगरपालिकाका भन्चार कार्यालय स्थापना जस्ता आगामी योजनाहरू हामीले बनाएका छौँ। उल्लेखित योजनाहरू प्रोत्साहन कार्यक्रमको पनि साथ सहयोग रहनेछ भन्ने मैले अभिष्टा लिएको छु। अन्तमा यस अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय युवा सम्मेलनमा कार्यक्रममा परशुराम नगरपालिकाले नदी तटीय क्षेत्रमा गरेका कार्यक्रमको जानकारी गराउने अवसर दिनुभएकोमा आयोजकहरूलाई धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु। धन्यवाद, नमस्कार।
Thank you, Mr. Saud, for sharing about the private sector engagement, sand mining guideline, Indo-Nepal rafting events, and commitment for way forward for transforming water governance issues. Mr. Bimbadur Saud is the mayor of Parsuram Municipality, Dolandra. Mr. Saud was one of the secretary for the 6-point Dharwal Declaration. Mr. Saud has supported the Mahakali Basin communities by addressing their issues, which has supported to uplift the living standard of basin communities. The municipality has allocated budget in income generation activities for women and marginalized communities, drinking water, deep water boring, irrigation, agriculture support, engagement of private sector, rafting, sanitation plans, sand mining guideline, and public campaigns under his leadership and coordination with TOSA team. The Indo-Nepal joint rafting was conducted for the first time in Mahakali River. He has been actively engaged in institutionalization and sustainability of Indo-Nepal early warning communication mechanism, citizen science approach, India-Nepal Advocacy Forum, and women empowerment centers. Mr. Saud has played key role in lobbying for endorsing the women empowerment work process from the provincial government. Thanks you once again, Mr. Saud. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Narendra Singh Thapa to share the progress made and way forward for the Dharwal Declaration. Mr. Narendra Singh Thapa is the mayor of the Swachand Municipality, Baitadi. Thapa was one of the secretary of 6-point Dharwal Declaration. He has been regularly supporting river basin community by addressing river basin issues. He has support to TOSA program during formation of Nepal-India Joint Advocacy Forum and Rafting Promotion Program. Till the date, the municipality has allocated 65 lakh budget to river basin community addressing river basin issues such as drinking water, water lift irrigation, vegetable farming, fruit production pocket areas. Under his leadership, the Swachand municipality has instituted sand mining guideline and 5-year sanitation plan, including water quality tests. Over to you, Mr. Thapa.
अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय सीमा नदीको पानी सुशासन र दिगो विकासमा युवाहरूको भूमिका विषयक अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय युवा सम्मेलनको दोस्रो दिनको दोस्रो सत्रका सभाध्यक्षज्यू, विभिन्न स्थानीय तहहरूबाट उपस्थित प्रमुखज्यू, अक्सफाम नेपाल, अक्सफाम भारत, अक्सफाम बंगलादेश, ऑक्सफाम म्यांमार का प्रमुख एवं प्रतिनिधिज्यू, टोसा कार्यक्रम का साझेदार संस्था का प्रमुख एवं प्रतिनिधिज्यू, युवा सम्मेलनमा भर्चुअल को माध्यमबाट जोडिनु भएका सम्पूर्ण महानुभावहरू नमस्कार छ। अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय स्तरको यो सम्मेलनमा मलाई आमन्त्रण गर्नु भएकोमा अक्सफाम नेपाल र टोसा कार्यक्रमका साझेदार संस्थाहरूलाई धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु। धनगढी घोषणापत्रमा गरिएको प्रतिबद्धता अनुसार दशरथचन्द नगरपालिकाका बैतडीबाट महाकाली तटीय क्षेत्रका समस्या समाधानका लागि गरिएका क्रियाकलापहरूबारे जानकारी गराउन चाहन्छु। बालुवा उत्खनन तथा ओसार पसार कार्य विधि तर्जुमा गरेर कार्यान्वयन भइरहेको छ। महाकाली नदीको स्वच्छताका सरसफाई गुरु योजना तर्जुमा गरिएका छौँ। महाकाली बेसिन क्षेत्रका समस्या समाधानका लागि नेपाल भारत दुवै देशका स्थानीय सरकारहरूसँग समन्वय बैठक गरिरहेका छौँ। कृषि कार्यमा संलग्न महिलाहरूको कार्यबोझमा कमी ल्याउन हातेमा ट्र्याक्टर सहयोग गरेका छौँ। तटीय समुदायमा जीविकोपार्जन क्रियाकलापमा सहयोग गर्न बेमौसमी तरकारीको बिउ बिजन सहयोग गरेका छौँ। फलफुल पकेट क्षेत्र कार्यक्रम बनाएर समुदायमा सहयोग गरिरहेका छौँ। मकै गहुँको उन्नत जातको बिउ बिजन सहयोग गरेका छौँ। महाकाली नदीमा पहिलो पटक र्याफ्टिङ शुभारम्भ गरेका छौँ। र्याफ्टिङ कम्पनी दर्ता तथा यसको प्रबन्धनका लागि बजेट विनियोजन गरेका छौँ। लिफ्ट सिँचाइ योजनाको निर्माण कार्य सम्पन्न भएको छ। सिँचाइ पोखरीको निर्माण कार्य सम्पन्न भएको छ। सामुदायिक सडक निर्माण कार्य सम्पन्न भएको छ। तटबन्ध निर्माणको काम सम्पन्न भएको छ। महिलाहरूको क्षमता विकास तालिम सहयोग गरिएको छ। पानी दिवस नदी दिवसहरूमा महिलाहरूलाई सहयोग गरेका छौँ। नेपाल भारत बीचको पैरवी मञ्च गठनका कर्ममा सहयोग गरेका छौँ। हालसम्म 1.5 करोड तटीय समुदायमा भौतिक पूर्वाधार निर्माणमा सहयोग गरेका छौँ। 50 लाख आय आर्जनको क्रियाकलापहरूमा सहयोग गरिएको छ। 50 लाख क्षमता विकासका कार्यक्रममा सहयोग गरिएको छ। तटीय समुदायमा अझै पनि थुप्रै समस्याहरू रहेकोले आगामी यो कार्यक्रम अन्य तटीय समुदायमा पनि सञ्चालन गरेर निरन्तरता दिनुपर्ने देखिन्छ। अक्सफाम नेपाल र साझेदार संस्था रुडेस बैतडीको तर्फबाट प्राविधिक सहयोग निरन्तर हुनु देखिन्छ। स्थानीय सरकारको तर्फबाट गर्नुपर्ने सहयोगका लागि हामी सधैँ तयार छौँ। पानीको गुणस्तर सुधार, पानी सुशासनका लागि गर्नुपर्ने सबै काममा स्थानीय साझेदार संस्था रुडेस बैतडीसँग मिलेर काम गर्न प्रतिबद्धता छौँ। कार्यक्रमको पूर्ण सफलताको कामना गर्दै बिदा हुन्छु। नमस्कार, धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Mr. Thapa, for presenting about the budget allocation for water lift irrigation from Mahakali River, inauguration of Indo-Nepal rafting from Mahakali River, support livelihood activities such as off-seasonal vegetable, also to support wheat, maize, and paddy for food security, support power tiller and polyhouse, and the recommendation for continuity of TOSA Phase 2 program. We have another interesting key remarks from local government. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Hansraj Bhatta to share about Dhangadhi Declaration commitments and bringing into action. Mr. Hansraj Bhatta is Mayor of Mahakali Municipality of Darsala District. He is one of the most significant person for 6-point Dhangadhi Declaration. He is continuously supporting for the overall development, addressing the need and issues of marginalized riverine community people. The development of Mahakali River Basin community is always a priority for him. Under his leadership, Mahakali municipality has allocated budget for livelihood, sustainable use of river resources, waste management, empowerment of WECs. WEC means Women Empowerment Center. The municipality has developed a waste management policy and being implemented. He has good coordination and collaboration with private sector and supporting partners. Over to you, Mr. Bhatta.
Hello, Namaste. I am Hansraj Bhatta, Mayor of Mahakali Municipality, Darchula District. I would like to thank the organizer for organizing this International Youth Conference, especially Oxfam International for this its support, and welcome to all participants in this conference. In our municipality, CRDS in the local partner for implementing TROSA project, we have regarded it as a supporting project to support Mahakali River Basin marginalized community people addressing their demands and issues on transboundary water governance as well. Mahakali municipality is always supporting the riverine community. We are addressing the issues on transboundary water governance based on the 6-point Dhangari Declaration. We are developing sustainable sand, gravels, stone mining, as well as sustainable fishery policy and guideline so that the community people can be use Mahakali River's resources in scientific way. In order to prevent pollution in the river, we have developed water. We have developed waste management policy, on which role and support community people is very important. To control Mahakali River pollution, municipality has introduced waste management initiation by building proper dumping site and management for sewage discharge. To make this initiation sustainable, we are implementing campaign for Clean Bazaar. We believe that such schemes would be fruitful and result oriented only after the active and constructive support of riverine community people. To being the community people in mainstream of this campaign, Mahakali municipality is mobilizing all its resources and efforts to meet the target of empowering basin community economically and socially. Our municipality has allocated 3 crore budget in this physical year. It has around 2.5 crore in last physical year. To accelerate the development activities, municipality has concluded basic infrastructure construction like roads, irrigation facilities, as well as drinking water projects for all people in the municipality. All the development activities have active employment of community people to make them accountable and feel ownership for the sustainability of those projects. In order to strengthen the livelihood of foreign returned youths of municipality, we are supporting them organize vocational training on agriculture and non-agriculture sectors. Furthermore, we are supporting them by providing service subsidies to enhance their livelihood status. To boost this initiation, we have signed MOUs and are coordinating with different government and non-government agencies to enrich livelihood status of community people. We are planning to promote commercial livestock farming of seasonal vegetable production and vocational training for implement of the community people. To make it exclusive and holistic, we will incorporate single women on such support of enhance them economically and socially. Moreover, the support of all desired and interested community people, including youths, we will cooperate with local financial organization for zero interest scheme to support of their income generation activities. We ensure that municipality will extend its regular support to this project. I am hopeful that this International Youth Conference would be hopeful for water governance. I forward my best wishes for successful completion of this program. Thank you. Jai Nepal. Ajay.
Thank you, Mr. Bhatta. Thank you, Mr. Bhatta, for sharing about the waste management policy, tourism promotion, support to livelihood activity for rural community, and highly recommendation for TOSA phase 2. Kindly, we have requested for your feedback and queries in the chat box. The speakers will try to reply you considering the time, or they will reply in your response by email. Now, we would like to request Mr. Rajan Subedi to present the commitment made by the local governments for final post declaration. Mr. Rajan Subedi has more than 10 years of experience in the international development organizations in the field of disaster risk management and transboundary water governance. He has demonstrated leadership for multi-country project management with innovative ideas for better cooperation. Currently, Mr. Subedi is associated with Oxfam as River Basin Manager for strategic leadership to transboundary rivers of South Asia TOSA project. He has led the project through day-to-day support implemented transboundary early warning, transboundary water governance, climate change and disaster management projects of South Asia in coordination with Project Management Unit PM. National coordinators in beneficiaries countries since 2017 and developed innovative tools such as citizen science and rafting promotion for the better cooperation among referent countries. Over to you, Mr. Rajan Subedi.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Govinda Doshi, for providing an opportunity to summarize the points shared by the local governments. So thank you so much to the mayors who shared the interesting ideas and the achievement that has been made. So after the implementation of transboundary water governance project in the Mahakali basins. Also, thank you so much for them as they joined the hand since the beginning of the TROSA project. So without whom, so we won't be able to achieve such an outstanding result to increase transboundary water cooperations in the Mahakali basin. So as you have already heard from Dr. Krishna Kumar Shrestha and the presentations from 4 mayors, which clearly highlights those outstanding results. So that came out after the implementation of that project. So I'm here, not to share any new ideas. It's only the summary of what the mayors, they have already, shared in their presentations and the discussions that we had while implementing the projects and their commitment to continue the water governance work in the Mahakali basin. And it has really significantly contributed in making a commitment. So which I want to share here as a post Dhangadi declaration. So let me share my presentation. Okay. Okay. So the post Dhangadi declaration that has been designed or aimed by summarizing the points, the commitments that has been made by the local government. As you already heard in the presentations that the local government wants sustainable transboundary water governance and its issues to be resolved in the Mahakali basins with the support of different organizations, donors, riverine communities. And you have also heard the examples such as the rafting, employment opportunities, private sector engagement, and the early warning system, water lifting. So various examples that came out after the implementation of these projects. So I'm presenting here some of the objectives, why we want to have the post Dhangadi declaration. So let me remind, the presentation that has been already done by Dr. Krishna Kumar Shrestha, as he has clearly, described all the 6 points that has been made in the Dhangadi declarations, which clearly indicates that local government, civil society organizations, including the communities, so they are committed to address the transboundary water issues, improve their livelihood, which has been already demonstrated by implementing the demands that has been raised by the local communities and allocating the budget to implement those projects. Then looking at, the institutional policies also, as you have heard in different presentations, that the sand mining guideline for the sustainable environmental management, the fishery guidelines, the early warning task force, so that has been developed and that has been institutionalized. And the women empowerment center, so they has been regarded as the focal points to share the early warning information from one place to the other places, means upstream to the downstream. So that has been already recognized. Similarly, the collaborations among the local governments. It's not about the collaborations with India only. It's about the collaborations within the local governments, like from Dharsula to Baitadi to Dadeldura to the Kanchanpur. So they have already agreed and decided that so we need to continuously collaborate with each other. So it has been already shown and demonstrated. So similarly, in terms of working with civil society organizations and then setting up the commission for Mahakali basins, as it has been provisioned in the treaty. And similarly, it has been all that all the stakeholders, not only the civil society organization, but the community, academia, journalists, everyone need to be united, and they need to discuss for the betterment of Mahakali basin. So this has been already highlighted in the presentation. So the main objective is to engage the riverine community in the mainstream development process. So it means the people, they have been neglected, so in the name of sensitivity. So since the beginning. So people are not being able to raise their voice because like everyone regard transboundary issues as very sensitive issues. So that's why to make them in the mainstream process, so understanding the challenges that we face in transboundary water governance, the community living either in Nepal side or India side, so they need to be engaged in mainstream development process. So to provide opportunity to support riverine communities for their holistic development. So why it is very important is the people, when they are engaged in the development process, either in terms of livelihood or in terms of providing employment opportunities or making them understand about the basin. So then it only helps to make a sustainable basin management plans that really contributes for the sustainable development. And another is to seek the long-term commitment from the stakeholder. It's not about only development for the short term, like in the presence of project, implementing the project and then demonstrating that we achieved something, but it's about the institutionalization of the initiatives and the learnings that came out after the implementation of the project. So it could be in terms of natural resource governance, could be in terms of human rights, gender, climate justice, or economic empowerment. So these are the three major objectives why we want to do post-Dhangadi Declaration. So looking at the process, as I have already shared about the 6-point commitment which we conducted in 2018 in March in Dhangadi in the presence of local governments from 13 rural municipalities and municipalities. So with the representation of those local governments and in the presence of provincial governments, we declared the 6 common points. And then after it, so we again did Dhangadi Declaration into action to detail out. So what could be the actions that could be done in transboundary water governance? So it included like river resource and biodiversity conservation. So where we discussed and we talked, and it was committed by the local government about sand mining and the Mahasir fish conservation. So second was on water resource and services such as drinking water and water for irrigation. As Mahakali flows in the river, but people are not getting water for drinking purpose and for irrigation, and the people who are getting water for drinking also, they even are not aware that the water of Mahakali river is being polluted. So, and then the localizing transboundary water components and governance in terms of disaster risk management and early warning system. So where we worked on early warning simulations we did. So we make some early warning communication channels from where we started sharing the information shared by the local governments and different institutions. So then we also, discussed about stewardship in water governance management, transboundary water governance, and then all these points that help to trickle down and make a simple action plan at the community level. So understanding all these, so what we did also is it needs to be institutionalized. So that's why Oxfam in Nepal with all partners. So we discussed with Tribhuvan University so to develop a training manual on transboundary water governance. So it was based on the discussions with the local government. So that came out as a Dhangadi Declaration into action, and it is continuously working on it with the support of that. So local government are being able to acknowledge the priorities of riverine communities, and riverine communities are being vocal to share their challenges. And it is a continuous process that has been engaged. So in terms of long-term commitment now in this International Youth Conference, so we want to do post-Dhangadi declarations. So with taking all the feedbacks from the local government and understanding their dedications and the contribution that they have made. So while working with the transboundary water governance project in Nepal. So that's why we want to do a long-term commitment. So it has been shared by the local government during the project implementations and also in different workshops. So which we can also see, which we can which we can also see in from the presentation. So, and then, you know, like looking at it, most of the colleagues may have some questions like maybe in terms of in Nepal side, so we had a Dhangadi declaration into action. So what about in India side? So in India side, like Oxfam India, along with their partners and also inviting Oxfam Nepal, so they have done a Lohaghat declaration, so which is similar to that of Dhangadi declarations, and they have also committed for the long-term sustainable development of Mahakali Basin. So this is the process that has been, you know, like initiated on India side. So looking at all these, so we can see a momentum in Nepal side and India side for the better basin management plan. So with all these points, so I would like to share 3 major points that came out after understanding all the, you know, like commitment that has been received from the local governments. So while implementing the project, and now the presentation that has been shared in this session. So the looking at all those, you know, like presentations, so I would like to summarize the 3 points. So we, the local government of Mahakali Basin, declared that we committed to continue our support for transboundary water partnership programs. So as you know, like all the media, they have clearly highlighted that they want to continue transboundary water partnership program as the rafting, sand mining, water lifting, livelihood program. It has really contributed to the riverine communities, and the visible results has been seen in the Mahakali Basin. Similarly, the local government commit to institutionalize Dhangadi declaration into our action plans, as they have already committed that, so they will be supporting on allocating the budget, prioritizing the action plans, so in their annual budgets and long-term plans, so which has been clearly, you know, like committed. And then the last one is all the local government, they have clearly stated that there is a need of all stakeholders and donors to continue their support, as the boundary water governance project, the coordination, collaboration, and multi-stakeholder engagement is must. And for that, as you have also, you know, like heard in the opening remarks by the Kimi and the Rimi, and then by the Dr. Arjudev Varana, that there is a need of multi-stakeholder engagement. So without which it is really difficult to initiate transboundary water cooperation in the Mahakali Basin. So with all these points, so I would like to thank you all the local governments for their dedicated contributions and the collaborations and the long-term commitment that has been made, so for the betterment of Mahakali Basin. Hope the collaboration from the stakeholders, including the donors, private sectors, community people, civil society organization, for making the sustainable transboundary water governance will really contribute to those riverine communities, youth, and women. So with this, I would like to thank you, and I would like to thank Govinda Joshi for excellent decision. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Rajan Subedi, for 6-point commitments, detailed action plan, and long-term commitments in your final poster declaration presentation. Now we heard from all the local governments, Mr. Siddharaj Bhatta. Now we request Mr. Siddharaj Bhatta for her commitment representing the basin level local governments. Mr. Siddharaj Bhatta is a chief of District Coordination Committee of Baitara District, is one of the most significant person to support for allocation budget on 6-point Dhangadi declaration. He is continuously supporting for the overall development and addressing the need and issues of marginalized riverine community people. The development of Mahakali River Basin Community is always a priority for him. Under his leadership, 1 municipality and 2 rural municipality has allocated budget for livelihood, sustainable use of river resources, waste management, empowerment of women empowerment centers. He has good coordination and collaboration with private sector between rural municipality and supporting partners over the district. Over to you, Mr. Siddharaj Bhatta. Over to you, Mr. Siddharaj Bhatta.
Thank you. I am Siddharaj Bhatta, Chief District of Baitari. धन्यवाद। अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय सीमा नदीको पानी सुशासन र दिगो विकासमा युवाहरूको भूमिका विषयक अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय युवा सम्मेलनको दोस्रो सत्रका सभाध्यक्षज्यू, विभिन्न स्थानीय तहबाट उपस्थित प्रमुखज्यूहरू, अक्सफाम नेपाल, भारत, बङ्गलादेश र म्यानमारका प्रमुख एवं प्रतिनिधिज्यू, ट्रोसा कार्यक्रमका साझेदार संस्थाका प्रमुख एवं प्रतिनिधिज्यू, युवा सम्मेलनमा भर्चुअलको माध्यमबाट जोडिनुभएका सम्पूर्ण महानुभावहरू सबैलाई नमस्कार। अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय स्तरको यो सम्मेलनमा जिल्ला समन्वय समितिको तर्फबाट मलाई आमन्त्रण गर्नुभएकोमा अक्सफाम नेपाल र ट्रोसा कार्यक्रम साझेदारी संस्थाहरूलाई धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु। अब महाकाली नदीसँग जोडिएका नेपालका जिल्लाहरूमा ट्रोसा कार्यक्रमले गरेको केही महत्त्वपूर्ण उपलब्धिको बारेमा जानकारी गराउन चाहन्छु। महाकाली नदीमा लिफ्ट मार्फत नमुना सिँचाइ योजना सम्पन्न भई नदी र नदीजन्य स्रोतमाथि तटीय समुदायको अधिकार तथा पहुँच कायम भएको अवस्था छ। महाकाली तटीय क्षेत्र बाँझो रहेको 4,500 हेक्टर जमिनमा सिँचाइ भई तरकारी तथा खाद्यान्न बाली उत्पादन भइरहेको अवस्था जानकारी गराउन चाहन्छु। महाकाली तटीय क्षेत्रका घरधुरीको लिफ्ट सिँचाइ योजना सम्पन्न पश्चात वर्षको 3 पटक खाद्यान्न बाली उत्पादन गरिएको जानकारी गराउन चाहन्छु। तटीय समुदायका घरधुरीको उत्पादन गरेको तरकारी जिल्ला सदरमुकाम बैतडी र भारतको झुलाघाट बजारमा जाने गरेको देखिन्छ। नेपाल भारत दुवै तर्फका स्थानीय सरकार र दुवै तर्फका स्थानीय समुदाय पहिलो पटक सार्वजनिक अभियानमा रोपाई कार्यक्रममा सहभागी भएको जानकारी गराउन चाहन्छु। स्थानीय तहले ढुङ्गा बालुवा उत्खनन कार्यविधि तर्जुमा गरेर सोही अनुसार आफ्ना क्रियाकलापहरू सञ्चालन गरेको देखिन्छ। महाकाली तटीय समुदायका मानिसहरूको नदी र नदीजन्य स्रोतमा पहुँच नियन्त्रण कायम हुँदै आइरहेको छ। तटीय समुदायको जीविकोपार्जनका लागि स्थानीय सरकारले बजेट विनियोजन गर्दै आइरहेका छन्। नेपाल भारत दुवै तर्फका तटीय समुदायका सवाल सम्बोधनका लागि भैरवी मञ्च गठन गरिएको छ। पहिलो पटक महाकाली नदीमा र्याफ्टिङ कार्यक्रम समुद्घाटन दार्चुला दशरथचन्द्र नगरपालिकादेखि डडेलधुरा परशुराम हुँदै कञ्चनपुरसम्म र्याफ्टिङको कार्यक्रम सुरुवात भएको छ। कार्यक्रमको उपलब्धिका लागि दिगो रूपमा अगाडि बढाउन स्थानीय तहले आगामी दिनमा तफसिल अनुसारको अगाडि बढ्नु पर्ने देखिन्छ। कार्यक्रमको दिगोपनका लागि स्थानीय तहले योजनाबद्ध तरिकाले अगाडि बढ्नु पर्ने देखिन्छ। स्थानीय स्तरको समस्या भएकाले स्थानीय तहले कार्यक्रमको अर्थनीय लिनु पर्दछ। महाकाली तटीय समुदायका मानिसहरू जीविकोपार्जन सुधार गराउन स्थानीय तहले आय आर्जनका क्रियाकलापहरूमाथि बजेट विनियोजन गर्नुपर्ने देखिन्छ। र्याफ्टिङ प्रवर्धनका लागि क्रियाकलापहरूलाई अगाडि बढाउनु पर्दछ। दुवै देशका स्थानीय तहको बैठकलाई निरन्तरता दिनुपर्ने देखिन्छ। महाकाली तटीय क्षेत्रका सवालमा स्थानीय तहको योजना तर्जुमा प्रक्रिया समावेश गर्नुपर्दछ। ट्रोसा कार्यक्रम स्थानीय साझेदारसँग र अक्सफाम नेपालको आगामी दिनमा गर्नुपर्ने कार्यहरू। स्थानीय तहको योजना तर्जुमा प्रक्रियामा तटीय समुदायका सवाल समावेश गराउन साझेदारी संस्थाले सहयोग गर्नुपर्ने देखिन्छ। पानी सुशासन सम्बन्धी नीति तर्जुमा गर्न स्थानीय तहलाई अक्सफाम नेपाल र स्थानीय साझेदार संस्थाबाट सहयोग हुनुपर्दछ। महाकाली तटीय क्षेत्रका समुदायहरूको क्षमता विकासका लागि प्राविधिक सहयोग गर्नुपर्ने देखिन्छ। अक्सफाम नेपाल र साझेदारी संस्थाबाट कार्यक्रमलाई निरन्तरता दिनुपर्ने देखिन्छ। जिल्ला समन्वय समितिको तर्फबाट सकिने कार्यहरू पानी सुशासनको अवधारणालाई व्यावहारिक रूपले अगाडि बढाउनु सबै स्थानीय तहहरूसँग समन्वय गरिनेछ। स्थानीय तहहरूबाट नदी तटीय क्षेत्रका समस्या समाधानका लागि बजेट विनियोजन गर्ने क्रममा सहजीकरण गरिनेछ। तटीय समुदायका समस्या समाधान गर्न नेपाल भारत दुवैतर्फका स्थानीय सरकारहरूसँग समन्वय र सहकार्य गर्न सकिनेछ। स्थानीय तहबाट समाधान हुन नसकेका सवालहरू प्रदेश सरकार र समक्ष समाधानका लागि पेश गर्न सकिनेछ। ट्रोसा कार्यक्रमलाई प्रभावकारी ढङ्गले अगाडि बढाउन र यसको दिगोपनका लागि जिल्ला समन्वय समिति बैतडीको तर्फबाट प्रतिबद्धता जाहेर गर्दै बिदा हुन्छु। धन्यवाद, नमस्कार।
Thank you, Mr. Bhatta, for your commitment in sustainability approach, which has been reflected through poster declaration commitment. We have your support and collaboration will uplift the living standard of basin level communities in days to come as well, and highly requested and recommendation for TOSA phase 2 to its stakeholders. Now, I would like to request the session chair, Dr. Krishna Kumar Shrestha, for his closing remarks. We also inform that we have 1 hour documentary session on transboundary water governance after this session. Please do enjoy it as well. We will share all the documentaries in your respective emails. Over to you, Dr. Shrestha.
Thank you, Govinda. I sense we just heard from the horse mouth the Thank you. Thank you, Govinji. We are at the end of this session, and I am rather not tired, but rather encouraged to hear such a nice words and commitments from all the mayors, all 5 of them, speaking of the commitments, the innovative commitments made, and the new areas that they want to work in the near future. It makes me very happy to see that they want to carry forward the TROSA cause. And when we declared this 4 years back, we didn't know we'll go this far, this quick. But given the situation in the country and the communities, and the opportunities now they have. They understand they can move further to a greater extent themselves, but they all also say they need continuous support from all the stakeholders, including donors, which I completely understand. I like to thank, therefore, on the behalf of the TROSA team, all of you, our respectable mayor, Mayor Bishta from Kanchanpur, Mayor Shaud from Dadeldura, Mayor Thapa from Baitari, and Bhattaji from Mayor Bhatta from Darchula. And also the coordinator of the District Coordination Committee, Bhattaji, for your very encouraging remarks and your vision that you shared today. We will carry forward your messages and see how we can build on these commitments further. This has been a very fruitful exercise today, and we like to say that hopefully we will have a time to and an opportunity again to work together in TROSA 2. But in the near future, we'll also be working together with you on our exit plan to exit plan. We need to work out on our exit plan as well. So we'll be soon again be with you on that to make sure how you can bring on these TROSA torch and the cause beyond the TROSA 1 project period. I also not only appreciate the mayors and mayor's team, but also appreciate all the stakeholders, you know, especially the youth and women that who have put so much of energy into it, very sincerely from the very beginning, and all the other stakeholders and private sector as well. And I hope this energy is maintained in the future also. I will, I say that this is because of the trust you all have on TROSA to start with. But when all the mayors say we will continue to do so many things in the future, I also find that the mayors, the local governments also have trust on the stakeholders and their communities, private sectors, and so on. The whole energy available now is a welcome sign of future development process in the area. Not passed upon since long years. There are many achievements made for the first time during this TROSA project. And we are all happy to be a part of the process with you, honorable mayors, and lovely communities and stakeholders. We all like to give you our respects and future commitments given the opportunities there. Thank you, all of you, and I request you all to keep it up. We are all on the right track, and together we should, we will make the difference, and you can make a change further. With this, ladies and gentlemen, I like to conclude my remark here, but then do enjoy the documentary that follows. Thank you.